Hi, Adela here from notaclass.com, and I wanted to share a fun activity that you can do with your math students for the end of the year. So this is a math memory book. You can use this memory book as a packet or as individual worksheets. So if you want to use it as a packet and just get it all done in one day and really keep the kids busy for that entire last day of school, this is a very good option for your math class. But you can also use it for the last 5 days of school and do a few activities in between and use it as individual worksheets, or just tell them, okay, we're working on this page in your memory book. So let's go over what's inside. So the first thing though is the cover page. And the cover page itself will take quite a few minutes depending on how long it takes the kids to color everything. So I like to give them maybe 15 minutes to color the cover page, decorate it however they want, make it look pretty. So the next page is reflecting on the school year. And so they will pick 4 words to describe the math class. Also color the sun in this page. They will draw something inside the sun, what they will miss the most. They can draw that inside the sun right here. They will write about what they are most proud of and something they will always remember about your math class. So if you want to use the packet throughout the last week of school, then I recommend that you give students some time to do every page in this activity book and have them do a turn and talk and compare their answers with a shoulder partner or with their table group. You can also come down to the carpet if you do have a carpet area. Have students take turns sharing their answers from their worksheet. And then you can discuss what they had in common, what was different, and it's just a fun way to bring everyone together and reflect on the year. Now you can see how this memory book can take you a few days. So if you do that for every page, this will fill up a lot of time for the last week of school. So the next page is just titled Math, and they have a few questions to answer about their math class. This can also be something that they share with a partner, or you bring everyone down to the carpet after you give them about 15 minutes to color and answer the questions. And then at the bottom, they would draw who the most helpful classmates were to them. Now, I can also see once they complete this sheet, maybe they can write a thank you note to the most helpful classmates, or they can create like a card. You can just have them fold up a piece of paper and kind of like make a card for their classmates that they found very helpful throughout the year. So that's another way to bring this worksheet more to life. So the next sheet is what we learned this year in math from A to Z, and this is really fun for students to think about what they've learned, but also it has to start with that letter. So for example, D, I wrote dividing whole numbers, and then you can also have students do an example for that letter. So not only write a sentence or write a word of what they learned this year, but give an example. So that will fill up a lot of time. So that leads us to the next worksheet, which is your favorite math vocab word. Fill out the table below. If they're kind of stuck on this, they can use some of the ideas they had here and think of some vocabulary words that they really loved or that they think of first, and then they write the word in the center. So I chose some, and then they write the definition, draw a picture, write a synonym, and use it in a sentence. Now there's only one sheet of this in the packet, but you can make multiple copies. Maybe you can have 5 of these in your packet and they have to do this for 5 words, and that will obviously take longer. This could take a lot of time, especially if you also have students present their word. So maybe they can come up to the projector, display what they wrote, what they drew, and then other students can kind of chip in if they also chose that word. Maybe you can partner students up, all the students that chose some together, and then they can also create an anchor chart based off of what they all wrote on the sheet. And then they can present that anchor chart or poster paper. That could be like a whole day in itself. The next one is so fun, Snapshots of My Memories in the math class. So they will draw some of their memories in the math class. So for example, favorite activity, they would do a drawing of their favorite activity that they did this year in your math class. This picture is supposed to be of us building a ramp where they measured how far their ball went and how tall their ramp was. I can see some of the students drawing that, but they would also draw their favorite topic, best moment, favorite classroom spot. Again, do a turn and talk, come to the carpet, share with the whole class. So another one, what they did this year, where they draw, but this one doesn't have any starters for them. So they would come up with their own ideas. And this is a picture of students doing a presentation. And then this one is where students pick one word to describe their school year. I chose growth, and then they would explain why they chose that word. And this one is a really great opportunity for you to have students share all of their words and see who else chose growth, or maybe they chose challenging or fun, and kind of go around and see why they chose those words. I can see also students coming up with one poster where they all write down the word on that poster. Some write it big, some write it small, and draw pictures and with all of their words on there to describe the school year. That would be kind of cute. Or they could even write it on your whiteboard, something fun and creative like that where everyone gets involved. And then the last page, a picture of our math classrooms. I drew the carpet and the desks. So they would draw their classroom, their math classroom, a picture of themselves and a picture of their friend. And this is also cute to share with their shoulder partner or table group. I really hope this video was helpful and give you some ideas what you can do for the last day or last week of school in your math classroom. I really hope you decide to follow me because I will post more videos and give you some teacher tips and resources. I'll see you in the next video.